Baba did not say he left us in government. What did you mean by that?
Well, he didn't. I believe if he did, you'd play that clip as well. The last thing he mentioned, which was during an ODM PG at Argyle Hotel, and people were asking about that matter, he said, who told you ODM will not field a candidate in 2027? So those that are now saying that in secret he told them, who told them? Because everything he said, he used to say to all of us in front of us. He was not a duplicitous leader. He did not say something in the morning and go and try something else at night. So when I raised those statements, it was out of the concern that certain people or certain quarters are trying to achieve something which doesn't necessarily stand for the creed of the ODM party, and perhaps could be taking advantage of a situation for their own gain.
What do you think they're trying to achieve with that?
Your guess is as good as mine. But you see, Yvonne, something that has happened in society, and this has happened in every society, whether it was in Europe or in Asia when empires fell, power was moved from the center to focusing on the needs of the people. Mm-hmm. So Kenya has, in my view, three issues that take 2 or 3 parts, maybe. The first is the unwillingness or the inability for the leaders to recognize that the desires of their people has changed. This is not 30 years ago. People want servant leadership. They don't want to be called somewhere and told this is what's happening. They need to be consulted in the process. And as far as anybody in ODM is concerned, they're used to that because Baba consulted everybody. The second issue is the manipulation of those in the lower classes to a point where they have to bargain between their survival and their dignity. And the third is the personalization of policy, that if you don't agree with this or something, it's so tied to a person, the cult of personality, that it becomes a feud. It becomes something people want to say, you know. I've seen in the media myself as a headline very many times, all in feuds. It's not a personality war. It's not a private war. It's fighting for the soul and the creed of what the members of ODM believe.
Winnie Odinga has finally grabbed the microphone. And she isn't just speaking as a daughter. She's speaking as a general. From pillow talk to secret boardrooms, she just dismantled the plan to sell ODM to the highest bidder. The Odingas are no longer just mourning. They are fighting back.
What's next for you?
Well, right now I'm going to go home.
Right.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, next month, next year, what's next for you? What do you see for yourself? I know you've talked about what the people might ask you to do, but what do you want to do, Winnie?
I want to honor my father's legacy. I walked this journey for a long time with him. I believe in him. I believe certain truths, things he taught me. And there are certain moments where I believe he would be rolling in his grave. I want to continue improving the lives of as many people as I can. And like Lincoln said, to be esteemed by my fellow man would be the greatest honor of my life. I believe in his vision, in my grandfather's vision, and I believe in thoroughly doing my best to honor that legacy.
Winnie is exposing the brokers, those working with the party by day and trying to sell it at night. She's made it clear, ODM was born in the streets and it won't be killed in a bedroom. She is calling out the acting leadership of her uncle, Oburu Oginga, with a surgical strike. She says no decision is legitimate until the National Delegates Conference says it is. She's backing the Babu Owino wing without saying his name.
The decision of procedure is not up to Winnie Odinga. It's written in the ODM constitution. And this, I don't want this to be personalized on the matter of my uncle, as though this is a private matter that we're being discussed in public. I love my uncle loves me. I know under the screen you have that rolling screen that tells people what the speaker has said. Please, that should be the headline. Winnie loves her uncle and her uncle loves her. The matter is people misrepresenting themselves and moving in a manner that I feel is not respectful to the creeds of the party. I don't believe they've acted in a manner that was respectful to the wishes and creed of the former party leader. I also don't believe, I know for a fact, that they are not being respectful to the constitution of ODM. The constitution of ODM, not written by Winnie Odinga, says that no member of the Central Committee or the NEC is able to act on behalf of the party of ODM unless they are ratified by the NDC. That is not a personality matter on the party leader. That includes the chair, the current deputy chairs, and almost many people in that committee. Therefore, misrepresenting themselves, and at a time when they should have been informing the party, giving us a way forward, the party was mourning their leader. They forced a celebration during a mourning period. They went and did an NGC and misrepresented that they are the ones in charge, knowing very well they are not in charge, until an NDC happens. They've gone further to begin talks. They are unable to begin talks. If there was somebody sneaky, they could actually go to court. They are not following the procedure, which to me shows a lack of good faith, a lack of goodwill, a lack of, they're unwilling to listen to dissenting voices. People question, people say anything. The custodian of our constitution is the SG. And all of a sudden, people are being told to leave. That is not ODM.
But here is the weapon she's using to freeze the merger with Ruto's UDA, the 10-point agenda.
Making things dichotomous. You have to understand how ODM came into this situation. We had some disputes after the election. Shortly after that, a year or two later, the young people of Kenya went to the streets. The matter became extremely elevated. My father, in his wisdom, tried to bring the two factions aside. The Gen Z faction, of course, said they were leaderless and were unwilling to have any sort of talks. So he went around meeting different people in society and came up with what he felt were the pertinent issues they were discussing. That is the 10-point agenda. Okay? That 10-point agenda was promulgated on the 26th of August, 2024. It has an expiry date, which is the 7th of March, 2026. In that document, he also says that this is not a coalition agreement. So he put that date so that at that point, we would review how far are we on the issue of social justice, on anti-corruption, and all the other 8 points. And then we review our terms based on that. And I feel as the fourth estate, you may be asking the wrong question, asking Winnie if she loves her uncle or not. The question you should be asking, on point number 1, where have we reached? On point 2, where have we reached? Because this was a social contract with the people of Kenya. Therefore, if you trash it and you have not completed it, then on what basis are you negotiating for the people of Kenya, of the people of ODM? On what you promised them something. It cannot be trashed simply because Raila Odinga died. On what basis are you negotiating? That is the basis. The 10-point agenda is the basis and the beginning of negotiation, in my view.
Winnie has reminded the world that Raila left a contract that expires on March 7th, 2026. She is telling the negotiators that they can't sign a new deal until the old one is fulfilled. Compensation for victims, social justice, and the youth livelihoods. If the 10 points aren't hit by March, the broad-based experiment is over. And then she dropped the scandal. Intimidation. Winnie is exposing a deep state within ODM that is de-whipping members just for standing on a stage with her or Babu Owino. She is revealing that some are being told to sign loyalty forms to the regime in exchange for perks. She is the only one who can say it because she's an Odinga.
Dr. Oburu Oginga is a wonderful acting party leader in this transition period. We're all caught in a shock, and he's steadying the ship. This is not a very easy ship to steady, but he's weathering the storm, and he has said it very many times that he's acting transitionally and will make space for other young people. On the personality, my uncle has lived a life of determination, of strength, of loyalty. It would not be incumbent to me, or Winnie Odinga would be the last person that at his age of 82 years would allow his image or his legacy to be besmirched by a political tug of war. What some may seem as perhaps antagonism is actually protection, in my view. And we are very happy with him being in the position that he is. And after seeing the manner of how some people are behaving, he's certainly the best person in that position.
The 10-point clock is ticking toward March 7th. The boardroom clique is in a panic. And Winnie Odinga has officially said she is ready to come home. Is she the only one who can stop the party from dissolving into UDA? The general has spoken. The boardroom is silent. Is Winnie right to challenge her uncle Oburu? Or is she splitting the party? Comment below.